Hello, good morning. It's Chris Worden. I'm from First Business Rescue. Today's video, I'm going to answer the question, what is an insolvency practitioner? What do they actually do? And when might you need one? So let's start at the start. An insolvency practitioner is a person who is licensed to deal with personal debt situations and company debt situations. Now, if your company's struggling, your limited company's struggling this year, you may be coming across an insolvency practitioner in the near future. So it's important you understand these things. Now, an insolvency practitioner, just to confuse you, might also be called an IP, short for insolvency practitioner, or other people might call them liquidators. They're all the same thing. Insolvency practitioner, IP, liquidator, all the same thing. Now, if a business becomes insolvent and needs to be liquidated, so that's closed down, or it needs to be restructured in an administration or a company voluntary arrangement, you've got to appoint a licensed insolvency practitioner. Now, there's just over 1,700 insolvency practitioners in the UK. Not all of them are practicing. And if you think about it, there's 5.6 million businesses, 60 million individuals. It's not a lot of insolvency practitioners for that amount of numbers. So they're quite sought after. Now, when you're choosing an insolvency practitioner, you need to make sure that they're regulated with one of these bodies. I'm just going to read these from my notes. So the IPA, Insolvency Practitioners Association, the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, ACCA for short, Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales, ICAEW, or the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Scotland, ICAS, if you're up north of the border. Now, once appointed, an insolvency practitioner is duty-bound to act on behalf and represent the creditors in an insolvency procedure. So these are the people that you owe money to. Now, they've got a very, very strict code of conduct that they need to adhere to. They have regular compliance checks from the bodies that I've just mentioned to ensure that their standards are being upheld. Now, again, just make sure when you're choosing an insolvency practitioner that they're regulated by one of these bodies, and do a little bit of digging, check out their reviews online before you make any decisions. Now, what does an insolvency practitioner do? Now, an insolvency practitioner is there to look at all the options when a business becomes insolvent. So it's not always to liquidate the business. The business may be able to be rescued via a restructure, or additional funding can be sought. But their roles include selling company assets, realizing funds from those assets, collecting in money that the company's owed, dealing with all the creditors. So the creditors of a business that's owed money, the insolvency practitioner will have to handle their claims. And once all that's been organised, they will distribute the money that's been recovered to the creditors in order of importance. They're also going to be there to inform HMRC and Companies House that the company's been closed or liquidated, or it's going to be restructured. And they're also there to investigate the conduct of the directors in the 3 years leading up to the company failure. It's very important there that they're going to look at what's happened, how's a business ended up here. Now, after all that's been done, the insolvency practitioner is going to file a report, a director's report with the insolvency service with their findings. Now, when do you need an insolvency practitioner? So, as soon as a company becomes insolvent, and the easiest way to define that is you cannot pay your debts as and when they fall due. You can't keep up with your bounce back loan repayments, even though you've used the pay-as-you-grow option. You can't afford to pay HMRC. You can't afford to pay your suppliers, it's a clear indication that you're insolvent. When that happens, you as a director have a responsibility to seek advice as soon as you humanly can do. And the earlier that you seek advice, the more options that you've got available to you. So whatever you do, don't bury your head in the sand. Take advice today. Listen, I hope you found this video helpful. Any questions, please drop them in the comments section below. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, or give us a like, give us a comment. If you would like some free independent advice around your business needs and worries, get in touch with us today. First Business Rescue. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.